Hey friends, Tiffany here with High Seas Cruising, and as promised, we are going to do another cooking video. Um, we did get a recipe that isn't going to feed an army. It is basically for 4 people. The recipe that we are going to be doing today is the warm chocolate melting cake. I'm going to read through the ingredients, a little bit of the directions, and then we'll get started. So we'll start with listing the ingredients. First, you're going to have chocolate semi-sweet, 3 ounces of that. Then you're going to have sweet chocolate, 3 ounces of that. 6 ounces of unsalted butter. You want to make sure it's unsalted. 4 fresh eggs at room temperature. And let me tell you, it takes a while to get eggs room temperature when your house is cold. 2 ounces of flour and 1.5 ounce of sugar. So not a lot of ingredients. I'm very curious to see how this rises. First thing we're going to do is preheat our oven to 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so I've already got everything measured out. I did just use chocolate chips. You can use almond bark, but I just found the milk chocolate in almond bark or the white chocolate. So we're just using regular chocolate chips. I have semi-sweet and milk chocolate. I already have that measured out. I do have a chocolate warmer. Now there's different ways you can melt your chocolate. You can melt it in the microwave, do it in like 10-15 second intervals, stirring in between constantly. You can do it in a double boiler on the stove. Make sure that you're stirring constantly. But I have a chocolate melting pot, so that's what we're going to use. So 6 ounces total of the milk chocolate and semi-sweet chocolate into the boil or the melting pot. You're also going to melt the butter with the chocolate. So again, the butter is 6 ounces of unsalted butter. So I've got it cut up here, and we're just going to pop that in there as well. Try not to get the paper in there. And this will all melt down really nicely in the melting pot. If you've never used a melting pot, they are great, especially for like dipping strawberries, any kind of fruit. I use it a lot at Christmas time, baking, when we do like chocolate covered pretzels and what we call snowmen. Let's see, it just melts down really quickly. And just, you want to keep stirring so that it doesn't burn. You can tell when it's going to burn or when it's starting to burn because it starts getting very, very lumpy. You want it nice and smooth. Now, one nice feature about this melting pot is it does have the melt, which heats it up pretty quickly. And then it has a warm feature where it just keeps the chocolate nice and warm. And according to the directions, you want to keep your chocolate warm throughout this whole process. All right, while that's melting down a little bit, we are going to start on the next. So next we're going to mix the eggs and sugar and whisk for a few minutes. Now it's 4 eggs at room temperature. So we have our eggs here. Get those cracked in the pot. Y'all noticed how expensive eggs have gotten lately? It's crazy. And don't do what I just did and drop the shell in the mixture. And then you need the sugar, which we already have measured out. It is 1.5 ounces of sugar. Not a lot. And then you're going to just whisk that together. And it doesn't say how long to whisk it, so just until it's nice and mixed together. So I know this is a popular item on Carnival cruise ships. Is this one of y'all's favorites, or are you like Chris and you like the Bake Alaska? This doesn't seem like a whole lot for 4. It's supposed to make 4 melting cakes. Now, one thing I did forget to mention at the beginning is you need some ramekins, individual ramekins, because this only bakes for 14 minutes. So I was looking at bigger pans, but I'm not sure how well that would cook in 320. So once this all melts down, we're going to add the egg and sugar mixture to the chocolate. So the chocolate is all melted. We're just waiting on the butter. Probably want to use room temperature butter as well. This is the first time I've made this, so we're learning together. That melting pot made it melt down nice and pretty. Very shiny looking chocolate. So y'all will need to tell me what other recipes y'all want to see in the comments. And we will do our best to recreate those. Another trick with chocolate is the more you stir it while it's melting, the faster it'll melt. So I'm hoping that if we keep stirring, it'll help melt the butter as well. And it seems to be working. So now once you have mixed your eggs and sugar, you're going to also want to mix your flour in there. So again, it is 2 ounces of flour and our oven is ready. That's what that beeping is. So we're going to whisk that in there while making a mess while the butter is melting down. Now it doesn't say in the recipe whether or not it's supposed to be lumpy or smooth. This is looking a little lumpy. That's okay. We'll just keep whisking it and stirring over here. Still got a little bit of butter to go, but it's coming along nicely. I think what we're going to do is grab a spatula and see if we can break down some of that flour because it's clumping up pretty good. Sorry about that. Tried to have everything ready. Like I said, this is the first time I've made this, so trial and error. Now I'm just using a basic flour. It's not a self-rising flour or anything like that. I don't typically buy regular flours, so let's see how this turns out. That's working. Butter's almost melted, and we're just going to pour this chocolate mixture in with the flour and sugar and eggs. And that will probably help with some of the lumps because it'll warm it all up. Now, I don't know about y'all, but have y'all ever done a cake without baking soda or baking powder? Because normally cakes call for that, and this one does not. So we're going to see how this turns out. Turn my recipe back on. Sorry, it keeps going off. I should have printed it, and I said, no, I can do this. All right, so we're going to turn that off. And then pour that into there. Now that's 6 ounces of chocolate. Into our sugar, flour, and egg mixture. Mix that up real well. Still a little lumpy. We might have some lumpy cakes, but that's okay. All right, so we've got that all mixed well. So now you have to grease your ramekins. Now this says 4. So that's how many ramekins we got. So we're going to grease the ramekins. Make sure and get all sides. And the top fell off. So now get a little assembly line going. Let's give that one last stir. Starting to thicken up. Pour it in the ramekin. Little messy. Scrape the sides. That's the best part. All right. Oops, made a little mess. And then they go in the oven for 14 minutes. So we're going to move them to the oven. Remember, your oven is set on 320 degrees. Now it said directly, so I assume that means do not put them on a pan, because that's what I was going to do. And then we're going to set the timer for 14 minutes. And we will be back when they come out. All right, guys. So we are back and we've got about 20 seconds left on the timer. Now, one thing that the bottom of the recipe did mention is that you can top it with ice cream, which is usually how Carnival serves it, or fresh fruit. So whichever you prefer. Now, we just got a pint of regular homemade vanilla ice cream, and I've got it out a little bit so it's not so rock solid when we cut into it. But yeah, so we're hoping this turns out. So the timer's going off, so we're going to check everything. Those are still very liquidy in the middle, so we're going to let it go probably another 5 minutes. So we did cook them for about the 14 minutes, like it did say in the recipe. I think my oven is a little bit off. They are still very liquidy in the middle, so we're going to put them in for about another 5 minutes and see how they come out after that.
Where's my cake? Where's my cake? Where's my cake? Where's my cake? Better put some cake on his table.
You need to wait.
I was promised cake. I was promised cake.
They're a little bit better. I'm not exactly sure what they're supposed to look like in the middle. What do you think?
Well, I've only ever eaten one. That might be pretty close, though.
Okay, so what do you think? 2 more minutes or pull them?
I don't know.
Let's try 2 more minutes.
I thought they had like they were slightly cooked on the top, and then you're supposed to like break the top,
And then it melts out.
and then it's melting chocolate inside. So I think that cooking time of 14 minutes might just be a little bit low. Probably varies by oven.
Yeah, our oven is very old,
But that still really brings the biggest question of all. Where's my cake? Where's my cake? I am impatient. I want cake.
it's been a while since you've had cake.
It has been a while since I've had cake. It's been a while since I've had Carnival's chocolate melting cake.
It's coming.
So, are you going to do baked Alaska next?
Uh,
It is my favorite dessert.
yes, it is your favorite dessert.
So you should do it.
We need to find a recipe that doesn't take 14 hours.
How hard is it to make these chocolate melting cakes?
It wasn't hard at all. I was actually really shocked at how few ingredients there was in it and how little.
But now you have to do it for like 4,000 people.
Yes.
And they cook them in those little dishes.
Yes.
Well, you know, I'd like to apologize to the guy who has to do the dishes on the board of the cruise ship. I'm sorry, bro.
Yep.
Or ma'am. Could be either way. It's a brand new world.
It is.
Anybody could do dishes, except for me. All right. Is the third time the charm? That is going to be the question. I say that's it.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and pull them out. I don't want to burn them. I did put them on a towel. Now, it doesn't say to let them cool or anything like that. Now, I don't know where everybody's from, but down here in South Texas or Texas in general, Bluebell is the ice cream to get. So if you've never had Bluebell, it is my favorite. Put that back in the freezer. All right, time to taste test. All right, we're going to open one of these up and see how it looks. Definitely make sure that you have a hot mitt because those ramekins are going to be hot. I don't know. Looks a little loose still inside, so it probably should have cooked a little bit longer.
My cakes are ready. Spoon me. Okay. Now, that is going to be hot.
That's going to be very hot, so.
Better give me a mitt. No, they are hot when they come to the table. Of course, they're not, hey, I just came out of the oven hot. But we're going to taste test this, and then I'm going to give her the thumbs up or the big old thumbs down. Let's see how she's going to do here.
Now, me personally, I think they need to bake a little bit longer because they are still.
I don't know. It feels like it might be right. Okay. So, boy, I don't know if y'all can see this in the camera, but there is some steam coming off of that particular piece of cake. So I don't recommend you just shove that right in your mouth.
Tastes good, but I think it needs to bake a little longer.
It does taste like a Carnival chocolate melting cake. It really, really does. You know, the
You
ultimate test.
mix it in with that Bluebell ice cream, and you got a winner.
Seen too where they eat it with peanut butter.
Yes. Well, it says you can eat it with fresh fruit cut up on top. I bet peanut butter in this would be really good, almost like a Reese's.
No, that's how they eat it on the cruise ships now. You get ice cream, you get peanut butter. I'm sure they'll give you anything you want, but I have seen peanut butter as the new one.
So there you go. Chocolate melting cake. Carnival's chocolate melting cake.
Tastes just like it. Not bad.
No.
Not bad. All right. Tiffany gets a thumbs up for that one. I'm so concerned I was have to give her a thumbs down. And she was going to be fired, but nope, she gets to stay another week.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Carnival's melting chocolate cakes.
I'm going to keep eating.
If there are other recipes from any cruise line that you'd like to see us try out, please list those in the comments. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know Chris is enjoying the fruits of our work.
Yeah, our work. All right. Well, you guys know how this ends. If you've enjoyed today's video, give Tiffany a like button. Hit that like for Tiffany and her making recipes. Also, hit that subscribe button. It's free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. You don't want to miss one of Tiffany's cooking videos. They don't come often enough. Okay. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day, a really great weekend, and like always,
We'll see you out on the high seas.
peace.